Okay, the midnight vote, the One Africa passport becomes law. So last night, while the rest of the world was asleep, a vote took place behind closed doors inside the One Africa Parliament chambers in Addis Ababa for decades. Foreign policy analysts said this moment was 50 years away. They claimed African nations would never surrender border sovereignty, that regional rivalries were too deep, and that colonial era visa restrictions were here to stay. They were wrong. At 2:14 a.m. local time, 503 was officially signed into continental law. The One Africa passport and the unified biometric digital ID system are no longer a proposal. They are live. The secret parliamentary session, the directive came straight down from the Executive Council, bypassing standard public debates to prevent foreign lobbying interference. Through Protocol Black, we obtained the confidential transcript of the midnight session. Speaker after speaker stood up to address a room packed with representatives from all 55 member states. The debate was intense, but the conclusion was unanimous. You see, some say it's 54 states, yes, recognized by the UN and other nations is 54, but by the African Union it's 55. So the new legislation lays down three immediate, non-negotiable directives. One, immediate abolition of intra-continental visas, effective immediately. Every bilateral visa fee, entry permit tax, and advance visa application between member states is permanently outlawed. Two, activation of the One Africa digital ID. Every citizen will be issued a unified biometric digital ID linked directly to the continental ledger. One single digital pass grants immediate entry across all 55 nations. Three, the reciprocal foreign visa mandate. Foreign nationals from non-member states, including diplomats, investors, and tourists, can no longer apply for individual country visas. They must apply through the central One Africa entry portal, facing unified background checks and standardized fees. Why foreign capitals are scrambling? To understand why foreign embassies in Washington, London, Paris, and Beijing are holding emergency briefings over a passport rollout, you have to look at how global diplomacy used to work. For decades, foreign corporations and trade envoys exploited fragmented borders. An executive from a foreign mining conglomerate could secure a preferential 10-year visa to one nation, extract raw cobalt, lithium, or gold, and bypass local labor laws simply by moving across an artificial borderline. Meanwhile, an African software engineer or trader trying to move goods or services between neighboring states was bogged down in months of bureaucratic visa delays, exorbitant fees, and endless border checks. That power dynamic was systematically dismantled last night. Under the new law, a foreign investor can no longer play one African nation against another for entry access. If a foreign national is flagged for corrupt business practices, illegal resource extraction, or tax evasion in one region, their digital footprint is immediately flagged across the entire continent. You are either clear to do business with the entire 1.4 billion market or you are logged out completely. So how the system works in real time? Now, this isn't a physical paper document that takes 6 months to process at a local ministry office. The One Africa passport is built on AfriNet secure biometric architecture. The border control, a traveler arriving at the new smart border terminal in West, East, or Southern Africa does not stand in a traditional visa queue. They step up to a biometric kiosk, scan their retina or fingerprint, and the African supercomputer network verifies their identity against the unified civil registry within 1.2 seconds. The border gate opens automatically, no paperwork, no bribe requests, no waiting for weeks or months, or an embassy stamp. For the first time in modern history, an African entrepreneur in Lagos can board a high-speed train, land in Nairobi for a business meeting, finalize a contract in Cairo, and return home the same evening using a single digital identity pass. So let's talk about the economic impact, my African people, unlocking the common market. So by removing border friction, the One Africa passport acts as the primary engine for the AfroGold economy. Intra-African trade explosion, intra-continental trade, which sat stalled at a fraction of global trade for decades, is projected to triple within the first 24 months of open border travel. The open labor market, engineers, doctors, software developers, and scientists can now relocate instantly to wherever mega projects like the Sahara Solar Belt or regional semiconductor plants need talent. Tourism and capital flow, over $40 billion annually previously spent on foreign visa processing fees and intermediary agencies, remains inside the continental banking system. The message to the world: as news of the midnight vote leaked, the registrar, the executive lead overseeing the continental immigration rollout, issued a brief single sentence statement to foreign press corps assembled outside the parliament building. The artificial lines drawn on our soil in 1884 have officially expired. The era of begging foreign embassies for permission to travel, trade, and build inside our own home is over. The One Africa passport is active, the borders are unified, and the landlord has officially taken the keys back. 503 is closed. My African people, you have to stay here. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned because, as I told you, this channel, we have insiders in the African Union and we are updating each other about the ongoing One Africa government, which is being implemented, which is they are doing all these pilot projects. So for Africans who don't know what is happening, you just never know what's happening because it cannot be said out loud because we have enemies of progress. We have the West, we have the East, we have all these big nations coming against Africa. So things are happening behind closed doors. And this right here is the channel, the only channel where we have insiders in the African Union who will be giving us all of the updates, the beautiful things, how these pilot projects are succeeding, from AfroGold. I think some people at some point have seen this kind of news, and this is the continuation. So, thank you for watching. Peace.